everyone, I'm Miss Allison. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can use play food to work on a variety of speech and language skills with your child. I have play plastic food that I'm going to be using for this activity. However, if you don't have play food at home, something you can do to work on these same skills is take the grocery ad out of the newspaper and cut up some of the pictures, and you can work on the same things. I'm going to be using my hungry caterpillar that I've made using a box. You could use any toy animal or stuffed animal that you have at home for this activity. This activity is a nice follow-up to reading the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video yet with your child, I'd suggest watching that video first and then trying this activity. So there are lots of different activities that you can do using play food. Using play food is a great way to work on pretend play skills. So you could pretend to eat the food, you can make eating noises. It's okay to be a little silly. Another skill you can work on is using core vocabulary. Core vocabulary words are the words that we use most frequently. They have lots of communication power. So these would be words like eat, want, in, out. These are great words that you can work on even if your child isn't using sentences yet, or if your child is using picture communication or a communication device. So if you wanted to work on the word eat, you could pick out some toy foods and you could ask your child, what should our caterpillar do? He's hungry. Eat. That's right, he's going to eat. Let's make him eat. Nom 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 nom. Oh, I have more food. What's he gonna do? Eat. He's eating. In and out are also some great core vocabulary words that you could work on with this activity. We're gonna put all of the food in his mouth. Where should we put it? In. That's right, it goes in. Oh, now I have a pear. Let's put it in. That's right, we're putting all of the food in his mouth. He's full now. We need to get our food out. Let's take the food out. Take it out. Take it out. We're taking all of the food out. Another skill you could work on is labeling food items and identifying food items. So I might give the child a choice of 2 items to start with. What do you want? If your child isn't able to make a choice on their own, you could offer 2 verbal choices. So you might say, do you want grapes or a peach? Grapes. You want grapes. Let's give him some grapes. After you've tried that a few times, you can try to fade your verbal model. So instead of saying, do you want a tomato or a pear, you can just hold them up and see if your child will choose one. Even if your child isn't using words yet to communicate, this is a great way to work on requesting by pointing, reaching, or looking at an item. If your child is using words to communicate, you can work on expanding their sentences. So instead of just saying pear, you could encourage them to say, I want a pear, or give me a pear, and make him eat. You could also work on your child's receptive vocabulary this way. So this means working on what words your child understands. So you could put some foods out and ask your child to follow a direction, like, get the banana. He wants the peach. Get the peach. And you can make this activity easier or harder by increasing or decreasing the number of options you provide your child. So it's going to be easiest if you give just 1 or 2 choices and give them a direction. If you put all of the food out in front of your child, that's going to make it a bit more challenging. If your child's already able to identify foods, you could work on following directions with adjectives. So I might say something like, find the food that's red. That's right, the tomato's red. Now find one that's long. That's right, the banana is long. Let's find something green. The pear is green. If your child's using sentences to communicate and you're working on grammar, this is a great way to work on different sentence structures. So you might practice using sentences like, he is eating, if you give him different pieces of food. So you could say, he is eating a pear. Now what's happening? He is eating a banana. Now what's happening? He is eating the lemon. If your child's working on pronouns, you could make your animal be a boy or a girl and practice using he and she. And finally, one other thing you could work on while you're doing this activity is articulation. So if your child's working on practicing certain speech sounds and your speech therapist has given you flashcards or paper with words to practice, you can have your child say their words and then feed them to the animal to make practice a little bit more fun. So as you can see, play food provides an opportunity to work on a lot of different language skills.